വെൽക്കം ബാക്ക് ടു അവർ ചാനൽ. ടുഡേ നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് 5th സെമസ്റ്റർ ഡിഗ്രി എക്സാമിനേഷൻ നവംബർ 2021 നടന്ന ഇന്ത്യൻ റൈറ്റിംഗ് ഇൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് എന്ന ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പറും അതിൻ്റെ ആൻസേഴ്സുമാണ്. അപ്പം നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. ഇതിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് സെക്ഷൻ എയിൽ 15 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണുള്ളത്. അതിൽ ഫസ്റ്റ് വൺ, വാട്ട് ഡസ് നാരോ ഡൊമസ്റ്റിക് വാൾസ് റെഫേഴ്സ് ടു? ആൻസർ: narrow domestic wall refers to the barrier between human beings. The domestic walls such as religion, caste, gender, language and race plays a big role in creating a division among people. So in the poem, the poet wants to see a world where people are not judged and divided by these barriers. Okay, next one. Who are the categorizers mentioned in the poem and introduction? Answer: categorizers are the people around the poet, especially men. The categorizers always reminded her how to be a woman, how to fit into a society. They are the one who implement certain characteristics to any gender. They told the poet that a woman should always be in saris and be a wife to a man. Next, third question. What, according to Dr. Ambedkar, is the reason for the strenuous efforts made to maintain the prohibition? Answer: according to B.R. Ambedkar, the reason for several efforts made into prohibition was the injustice among people. The issues in caste system, untouchability, human rights, labor rights, and women rights become the reason for numerous agitation took place by him. Next, fourth question. What is described as shatterproof in the poem An Old Woman? Answer: shatterproof is something that is unbreakable. The old woman is compared to an unbreakable glass at the end of the poem. On the contrary, at first the speaker's perception about her was disgusting as a burr, but later his perception changes and there happens a bit of respect towards her. Next one. How is the wind described in the poem by Sarojini Naidu? Answer: the wind is described as a child who cries all the night and sleeps calmly in the morning. The wind was blowing continuously at the night like a little child, and it sleeping due to tiredness in the morning. The poet has pictured the wind as childish. Next question. What is the major theme of the poem You Loved Me? Answer: You Loved Me is a poem about love, unity of humanity, and universal love. The poem is not only the memory of Tagore's lost love, but his reflection on the life and love towards nature and human beings. According to Tagore, life is too short for human beings. Next question. What does Rushdie mean by literature is self-validating? Answer: literature is the reflection of life. It helps to read, understand, learn, criticize each and everyone's or our own deeds and perception. According to Rushdie, her works of art is not owned or justified by the author. That is meant to be evaluated by the readers. Next, 8th question. Why is Yavangri confident that he is safe from the Brahmarakshas? Answer: Yavangri learned for knowledge from Indras, so that he could be vicious and destructive. He was successful in it and earned omnipotence. An urn containing sacred water or holy water was made him invulnerable. That is why he was overconfident that he is safe from Brahmarakshas. Next, 9th question. How does Narayan describe the astrologer's knowledge of astronomy? Answer: the astrologer had no knowledge of astrology or astronomy. He knew as little of it as his customers. He did his job through guesswork and through common understanding of human psychology. First, he would let a customer speak for at least 10 minutes. It gave him enough stuff for the answers. What caused the monkeys to attack Bobby? Answer. Bobby was surrounded by monkeys that have become crazed by Mrs. Das' puffed rice, which she has dropped from her snack bag, and those monkeys were hitting him badly. In the story, the puffed rice represents Mrs. Das' mistakes and careless actions, and the monkeys represents the dangers that threatened the Das family. Next one, what role does the narrator take on in the country without a post office? Answer. The speaker took the role of a muezzin, who is basically the one who called to prayer. Here in the poem, he is urging the people to come to him and buy stamps from him. Before he dies, he really wants to give a little of relief to the people who are suffering from bloodshed and violence in Kashmir, at least through the letters which has no address. Next one, what happened to the laburnum saplings planted for the first time? Answer. The first time Lentina planted laburnum saplings, they were pulled by her new gardener along with the weeds growing around them. She purchased them from nursery, faithfully hoped that it would flower within 2 years. Next one, why does Babadi invite Umabada and his wife to live with him? Babadi, Charulada's husband, invited her elder brother Umabada and wife Manda to live with to lessen the boredom of her. Charulada was interested in arts, literature and poetry, so Manda was no good company for her. Umabada was busy in running of the magazine and the printing press. Next one, what was the scope of the French National Assembly? Answer. The main motive of the National Assembly was to limit the power of monarchs and establish a constitutional monarch by distributing the powers among the legislature, executive and judiciary. According to Ambedkar, by following the French National Assembly, it would be practicable for Indians to whip out caste system and to establish a democratic country. And the last question of the first part, which ancient myth becomes the basic for the play The Fire and the Rain? Answer. Fire and the Rain is inspired from the Indian epic Mahabharata. The play entirely rotates around the indigenous myth of Yavanguri, who represents the dichotomy between knowledge and wisdom. He attempted knowledge through shortcuts, but failed to evolve himself and later resulted in the tragic end. അപ്പോൾ ഇത്രയുമാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഫസ്റ്റ് പാർട്ടിലെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസും അതിൻ്റെ ആൻസേഴ്സും. നെക്സ്റ്റ് സെക്ഷൻ ബി ആണ്. ഇത് പാരഗ്രാഫ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ്. ഇവിടെ 8 ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇതിൽ 5 എണ്ണെങ്കിലും നമ്മൾ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം. അപ്പം നെക്സ്റ്റ് സെക്ഷൻ സി എസ്സേസ് ആണ്. ഇവിടെ 4 എസ്സേസ് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിൽ 2 എണ്ണെങ്കിലും നമ്മൾ അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇത്രയുമാണ് നമ്മുടെ 5th സെമസ്റ്റർ ഡിഗ്രി എക്സാമിനേഷൻ നവംബർ 2021 നടന്ന ഇന്ത്യൻ റൈറ്റിംഗ് ഇൻ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് എന്ന പേപ്പറും അതിൻ്റെ ആൻസേഴ്സും. ഈ ക്ലാസ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആയെന്ന് വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു ഓൾ.